Hi listeners, it's Kat here from Aghast. I just wanted to take a quick minute outside of the show to let you know about empowerment coaching. I know this is probably confusing a lot of people right now. Outside of telling you about true crime, I work as a life coach, helping others achieve their goals, break down barriers, eliminate limiting beliefs, or anything else a person may need guidance to achieve their most authentic life. The world has been upside down since 2020, and I know a lot of us may be lost, confused, or unsure as to what we want and how to get there. If you think speaking with a life coach may help you, please feel free to contact me at alteregowellness@outlook.com or at alteregowell on Instagram. Okay, now back to our show.
Hey there, folks. Oh boy. Another one we have to serve up to you cold. God damn. I'm just kidding. We just finished it and I fucking hated it. So let me just give you a taste before we get started. Let me give you an appetizer. Let me give you just a quick a little sip of the horse shit you're about to fucking engorge on. What we got is Orange County, the 73 freeway, a rider truck, meth labs, and gut instinct. If you're thinking, sounds like Heisenberg and Jesse are on their way to the Golden State in the latest straight to streaming movie on Netflix from the Breaking Bad universe. Sadly, no. And fuck, California's not the Golden State. It's the shit dump state. No, today, unfortunately, we are talking about the harrowing story of Denise Huber. This one's gonna piss you off. It pissed me off. Let's get pissed off together. So, good luck to you, good luck to me. And let's get into it. I'm John.
And I'm Kat.
And this is Castbox.
Hi.
Oh, God.
We're those kind of people.
Guess who's pregnant?
Not us.
No. So please subscribe and
hit that like button.
Yeah, my God, we need money.
Hi, everyone.
Hello, everyone.
Welcome to Castbox.
Every one of you, welcome to the great and powerful Castbox. We got a shitty one for you today. I don't know.
Episode 41.
41. Jesus fucking Christ.
Try not to sniff. You're sniffing every 2 seconds.
All right. Well, I got the allergens up in there.
Take a Claritin. Take an allergy medication. All right. Give us our disclaimer so our listeners don't have to hear you sniffing.
Let me give the disclaimer, all right? Can you fucking take a break from criticizing me so I can tell these people what we're all about?
Well,
we're about true crime. We're about the dark and the dank. We're about the rape and the murder. And a little bit of humor as well. And a lot of angriness comes out, I would say, mostly from you. Lots of swearing, where we insult the murderers, insult the rapists, insult their shithole families that made them. And if the cops are garbage, we insult them as well. And anyone else in the whole story that are fucking pricks. Because, why? Because it's important to insult pieces of shit. And to ridicule them and throw shame at them. If that's not your cup of tea, if everyone is a flower and they have their own story. They have their own story and they deserve respect. And we don't know. We can only accept them for who they are because they're all gentle souls. Fuck off. You're a fucking idiot. Now the rest of you, grab yourself a fucking goddamn tasty beverage that's going to get you right fucking pissed while you get pissed off with us here at Castbox. Thank you. Good luck.
I would just like to make a small disclaimer in regards to your disclaimer. I wouldn't say we're about rape, murder, and death. We talk about it. We ourselves are not all about that.
What is about? I don't think that's the correct use of the word about.
See, and we're Canadian, and I would like to know for any of our American listeners if when they hear us say about, if they're hearing a boot, because that's what we get made fun of for all the time.
No, I don't think so. You know what the problem is, though? It's they hear about all the time. And that makes ours sound like a boot.
Yeah, maybe. All right, were you ready to get on with
God
it?
damn it, Jimmy, get in the fucking truck. Yeah, let's get on with the goddamn show.
Okay. 23-year-old Denise Huber lived in Newport Beach, Orange County with her parents and her brother Jeff. On June 2nd, 1991, Denise was supposed to go to a Morrissey concert in Inglewood, California with her boyfriend Steven. The couple were together at the spaghetti factory, Denise as a waitress and Steven as the bartender. Unfortunately, Steven learned that he would have to work the night of the concert, so he asked his friend Robert to go with Denise to the concert, which he happily accepted. The pair had an amazing time at the concert, which wrapped up around 11:30 p.m. Robert and Denise then stopped in at a bar on the way home and stayed there until the bar had closed, which was around 1:30 a.m. Denise had dropped Robert off at his home at 2:05. While driving home herself, Denise's car had blown a tire on the 73 toll road. She was just a few minutes away from her home. Sadly, Denise wouldn't make it back to her home or to her family. When Denise's parents realized that she had never made it home from the concert, they immediately panicked, and rightfully so, as this was completely out of character for her.
This seems to be like such a theme.
I know.
Let me guess. Next part is they tell the police, and the police are like, she's off with a guy or some shit.
Thankfully, no, but...
Oh, God. I hate that.
They called around to all of her friends, one being Tammy Brown. Tammy drove out to Huntington Beach and found Denise's car with its flat tire on the side of the Corona Del Mar 73 freeway. Her parents went to the car, but there was no signs of her there. No Denise, no belongings. It's like she disappeared into thin air. Police and volunteers searched, and pleas for help from Denise's parents was all over the news, billboards, and posters. The entire community was active in helping to find Denise. However, they would prove to be futile. There was no clues from the police to work from, and the case would eventually go cold.
Yeah, like, what the fuck do you do now? Like,
yeah.
And there would be no cameras. This was like the 90s, right?
Yeah,
so like, there was no car cams or anything.
This was in 1991. So now 3 years later,
okay,
on July 13th, 1994, a woman by the name Elaine Court had visited the home of John Familaro to purchase some paint. John worked as a house painter and would sell paint at the farmer's market, which is where he originally met Elaine, and arranged to pick up the paint from his place. When she arrived at John's place, she was immediately unnerved by a vehicle he had parked in his driveway. It was a large Ryder truck. She couldn't say why it made her feel so anxious, but it did.
What does a Ryder truck look like?
It's one of those big, like, cube storage trucks. They almost look like a U-Haul.
Oh, yeah? Oh, okay, yeah.
She couldn't say why it made her feel so anxious, but it did. She listened to her gut and took down the license plate number and phoned it into the police. When police ran the plate number, it was a match to a truck reported stolen from Orange County 6 months prior. Deputy Joe DiGiacomo, the officer who responded to the call, noticed a very strange detail with the truck. He saw that an extension cord was running from John's house to the inside of the truck.
Oh, Jesus, this is going to be horrible.
The deputy was now under the impression that the truck may be containing drugs, possibly an operational meth lab, so he contacted the narcotics division. Once narcotics arrived with a locksmith and a search warrant, they opened the padlock to the back of the truck and saw that the cord was powering a deep freezer. It too was locked and had masking tape sealing the opening. When they opened the lid, they were hit with the overwhelming smell of decay.
Oh my God.
Detective Mike Garcia reached into a black plastic bag that was within the freezer and felt an arm. They closed the lid and contacted homicide.
Yeah, they're like, whoops, we're not the team you need.
Lieutenant Scott Masher arrived, and they began the process of uncovering what was in the freezer. After removing 3 layers of bags, they found the body of a young woman, bent into a fetal position with her hands handcuffed behind her back.
Oh, for fuck's sakes. God damn it.
The bottom of the freezer had a frozen layer of blood and other bodily fluids. Her head was also wrapped in layers of plastic bags as well. To not interfere with any evidence left over, they had the freezer and the truck taken to the Arizona Crime Lab.
Oh my God. Can you imagine being one of the guys in the crime lab? Like, this is the shit you have to work with every day. Like, I get up and I'm like, I gotta fucking deal with working for the city.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And just the things they see, like, with children and with, like...
Man. Like, how do you have a morning coffee knowing that you're... Oh, I'm gonna just do an autopsy on a fucking child.
A lot of the compartmentalizing.
Yeah.
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 John arrived home with his mother around 5:30 p.m. and was arrested right away. He denied talking to investigators without a lawyer. Detective Masher and his team searched the entire premises of John's home. John was a recluse and a hoarder, but a neat one, with everything packed in boxes and labeled, stacked in piles throughout the entire house, leaving tight passageways.
Oh my God.
Detectives found a couple boxes labeled Christmas and opened them up. Inside, there was a blood-stained claw hammer, a blood-soaked purse with credit cards, and a California's driver's license with the name Denise Huber on them.
Oh, fuck. God damn it.
And a nail puller.
What's a nail puller?
Like, it just looks like the thing that's on the back of a claw hammer. It's just something to lever.
Oh, okay.
But it's just strictly, it doesn't have the hammer part.
Oh, okay. Jeez, I didn't even know it was its own separate thing.
Yeah, they look like almost like crowbars.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. In regards to John's mother, who lived on the property, she denied any knowledge of what the truck was used for. John was a contractor, and she had thought it was for his business. But what she may not have known was that John's contracting license was revoked due to bad workmanship and unpaid employees.
Oh, wow.
Fingerprints had confirmed the body inside the freezer was Denise Huber. On July 14th, the medical examiner performed her autopsy. They meticulously thawed the body with hair dryers to preserve evidence.
Oh, my God.
They also had to use bolt cutters to remove the cuffs as they were on her so tightly.
Jesus.
They removed 3 plastic bags that were wrapped around her head and saw that her eyes and mouth were duct taped shut. After removing the duct tape, they also found a bloody cloth in her mouth as a gag.
Oh, my God.
Swabs were collected, and it was confirmed that degraded sperm cells were found in her rectal area.
Oh, my God. Fucking God damn it.
Denise had at least 31 blunt force blows to her head. Some with such force that pieces of the plastic bags were embedded into her skull.
Jesus fucking Christ.
They were not able to fully reassemble her skull, as some pieces could not be restored.
Jesus.
While still searching John's property, they had found a jacket, a dress with a ripped shoulder strap, women's underwear, a keychain with a Honda car key, high-heeled shoes with heavy scrape marks on the back of the heels, and other bloody contents that belonged to Denise. They also found clothing items of John's that were blood-stained, and the handcuff key that matched the ones that were cut off Denise at her autopsy. As I stated earlier, John was a hoarder, and it seemed that he also hoarded things pertaining to Denise's missing persons case. He had recordings of the news coverage and televised pleas from Denise's family.
Oh my God.
As well as newspaper clippings about her disappearance. He kept the receipts to the freezer, which was delivered to Laguna Hills, California storage facility 9 days after Denise disappeared. Detectives learned that John had run a painting business out of Laguna Hills and lived out of this storage warehouse. When detectives arrived, new tenants had been working out of there and it had been cleaned, but luminol tests still showed traces of Denise's DNA on the floor and drywall.
Wow, after that much time,
3 years.
Holy cow.
John was charged with first-degree murder of Denise Huber. There were special conditions for these charges. One was listed that the murder was committed during the commission of kidnapping, and the second was committed while engaged in the commission of the crime of sodomy. If found guilty with the special conditions, John would get the death penalty.
Oh, please tell me this guy fucking burns.
John had kept an alarming amount of evidence. The prosecutors were not worried about making the first-degree murder charge stick. However, in order to get the death penalty, they had to convince the jury that he had planned to kidnap, sodomize, and murder Denise, that it wasn't a crime of opportunity. John refused to give any information regarding his involvement, nor did he testify at his own trial. So it was entirely up to the prosecutors to take the circumstantial evidence of the 2 other charges and convince the jury. Due to no signs of a struggle, they theorized that after Denise's tire blew, she had put her hazards on. Then John spotted her and picked her as his next victim. They believe that he was already out searching for someone, as they had discovered 2 deputy uniforms during their search of the house.
Oh, so he was posing as a cop.
If he was wearing this uniform, it would be likely that it made Denise more trusting of an offer for help or a ride. It was noted that she was legally intoxicated, which could have played a part in her being more willing to accept help from a stranger or a person posing as a deputy. But prosecutors didn't really believe this theory, but they were doing everything they could to prove he had kidnapped her so he could be eligible for the death penalty.
Yeah.
Prosecutors then theorized that he subdued her into the truck, as there was no signs of a struggle at the location the car was found, and then taped her mouth and eyes. Due to the scrape marks on the back of her heels, it's believed that he then dragged her from his car to the storage warehouse, handcuffed her, and sodomized her.
Oh my god, holy fuck.
After wrapping 3 plastic bags around her head to contain the blood spatter, he beat her over the head with the nail puller and the claw hammer. On May 22nd, 1997, 6 years after Denise's disappearance and 3 years after her remains were found, the jury found John Famularo guilty of first-degree murder and both other circumstances. He received the death penalty and was sent to death row at San Quentin Penitentiary, where he still sits today, as California has not executed anyone since 2006.
Fucking Californians.
But he's in San Quentin, like that's a rough one.
Oh, still, fucking just kill this son of a bitch. Like, why does it take so fucking long? Mm-hmm. Useless fucking California.
During the trial, it was revealed that John had a very bad childhood, especially during his formative years.
Good. I hope he got fucking sodomized when he was a fucking kid.
Stop. You to take that.
Well, honestly, this guy's a piece of shit. He deserves whatever happened to him as a kid.
He and his 2 siblings were subjected to a controlling and overbearing mother who was strictly religious. The kids were not allowed to have friends or interact with other children. She would listen to their phone conversations, snoop around, and not allow any of them to speak to anyone of the opposite sex.
Jeez, that sucks.
His brother Warren was convicted of child molestation and had to serve 5 years in a mental institution in 1980. But now he's just a minor attracted person.
Yeah, and who knows what gender he is, right? So who is he allowed to talk to now?
Despite knowing all of this, it does not change the fact that John Famularo is a monster.
Oh,
that's my opinion.
Asshole.
Yeah.
Just a family of monsters, it sounds like. A bunch of
But
fucking
he lived
assholes.
with his mother. You know, like, he lived on the same property with his mother. So it seems to me like he
was a Norman Bates motherfucker.
He not only committed a terrible act on Denise, but he forever affected the lives of those who loved and cared for her, as well as the community she lived in. He affected the lives of many. Denise was described as a beautiful, fun-loving girl who enjoyed going to the beach and cooking with her mother. She was also described as Daddy's little girl. She had a great sense of humor and had loved deeply. Denise Huber was taken before the world could see what she was capable of. It is her name that needs to live on, and not the name of her killer.
I agree. Fuck, that's awful.
Yeah.
That's her, eh?
Yeah.
Shit. What a disgrace. And this is the fucking piece of shit.
Yeah.
God damn it, he looks like a Mario brother. Like, a fucking asshole.
Oh my God.
God, like,
forgive us.
He looks like such a piece of shit. Why don't they just kill this guy? Like,
I know. I would like to know what his life is like in prison.
Well, I hope he's getting sodomized in there with all kinds of tools.
Can we, like, just, not to, put anyone on a pedestal, but Elaine Court.
Oh, who fucking...
Listen to her gut. Like, I have had gut intuition, but I just could not imagine, like, to me, I'm not a religious person, as you know, but I am a spiritual person, and I feel like that was some sort of divine intervention.
Yeah.
Like something just telling her, help me, help. She didn't even see the extension cord running into the truck. She just saw the truck and didn't like it, and just had a bad feeling about it.
You know what also is important is the fact that the cops took that seriously.
Yeah.
Like, what the hell was their conversation with the cops? Hi there, this is the non-emergency line. Hey, I saw a rider van in a driveway.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's a fucking crime.
Yeah.
What did she say to the police that convinced them?
Yeah, I could be wrong.
Go investigate.
I could be wrong, and maybe she did see the extension cord. I don't know. Maybe she just saw that it was padlocked and thought, like, what the fuck? I don't know. But
no, but it's amazing that she had that feeling. It's amazing that the cops followed up as well. Like, holy shit. These are two very unlikely reason would not suggest any of this happening.
Yeah. Like, I feel like that's why I keep saying I feel like there was, and I know you'll disagree with me, but I just feel like so many things had to work out, like you just said. That not only did she have the gut intuition, but the fact that a cop had to take it seriously, run the plates, and you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, that's why I can't help but think there was some higher power at work there to get her found. And it's just heartbreaking to know what happened to her. It's just absolute. And he's got a moniker. Like, he has a stupid fucking name that I'm not even going to say it, but you can Google it. If you Google his name, what he's known for.
Oh, what is he known for?
He's the icebox killer.
But that was a freezer. It wasn't an icebox.
I know.
And he only, as far as we know, he only killed the one.
Police, I'm sure, believe he could be linked now, but he hoarded everything and seemed to have so much with just her. What had happened, I had cut a lot of this out, but during his trial, exes had come forward.
Oh, really?
Of bizarre behavior he started showing towards them.
So this guy actually had girlfriends too? Mm-hmm. Jesus, they should give their heads a shake. And can you if I find holy cow, if I found out one of my exes was a deranged fucking serial killer, not even a serial killer, just deranged and a criminal, I'd be like, what the fuck was wrong with me at that time? Holy Christ.
Yeah.
And especially if the person I was dating looked like a Mario brother, holy fuck, I'd be like, God damn it.
His one ex said she had broken up with him, and then he came begging for her back. And so she took him back. She said he was very charming and could say all the right things. But then another situation happened and she had cut him the fuck off.
I struggle with that description that he was really charming and could say all the right things. I just imagine Carla from Cheers saying this.
Yeah.
And she's really actually just talking about Nick Tortelli.
Yeah.
Look at this fucking guy.
I know.
There's nothing about him that shits anything charming. He looks like a big pile of scum.
Yeah,
This poor girl. Holy
I know.
Fuck, that's fucking awful.
And I'm not gonna... I wonder if her boyfriend... I hope he doesn't. I truly hope he doesn't. But I feel like if it were me, I would have some sort of survivor's guilt. Oh man, if I went to the concert...
Yeah, holy fuck.
She would have been with me.
Yeah.
And less likely for something to happen, but you can't think of those things. But that would be
all those what ifs.
Exactly,
they're useless. Well, thank you for that. That wrecked my day.
Well, what kind of story? Vigilante, I guess. But I would like to cover.
It was nice knowing that. It's nice knowing he's on death row. The courts did the right thing. Mm-hmm. It's just he's on death row in shithole California where they don't do anything properly.
I would like to do some research and see if we could cover some cases that were solved by gut instinct.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
That would be a cool episode, I feel like, if there's enough there, which I'm sure there is. This would be one of them. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, well, let's get to Sir Dylan McDermott. Let's see what His Majesty has to tell us. All right, let's listen to the beautiful, amazing, and memorable idioms, pithy sayings, quotes of His Majesty and Lordship Sir Dylan McDermott. My dad was kind of a pool shark and had a Frank Sinatra, Dean Martin thing going on. I've always been fascinated by the 50s because of him. There was a hip, cool, anything goes atmosphere back then. But looking good was still a priority.
Yes. Let's
just bask in that wisdom.
Just sit in it for a bit.
Man, I don't know. Are you charmed by the 50s? You are. You like the 50s.
Oh, you know as if you just asked me that question.
Yeah, I was just making conversation for the sake of folks.
That's I feel like my most recent past life must have been the 50s.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am even like the video games I play, like I love LA Noire and Mafia 3 and I love Fallout.
I love watching you play Elaine Court. I gotta play this game. Or like I'm on the other television playing Minecraft and you're interrogating someone and all I hear is this fucking 50s copy like, you left-leaning son of a bitch!
Yeah.
And he just like dives across the table. Oh my god.
Yeah, that was funny.
What a wonderful time in history.
Oh man.
Okay, folks. Well, I hope that didn't destroy your fucking Friday like it did me. At least the shithead got the death penalty. Mm-hmm. So there's some hope with humanity there.
And closure for her family.
Yeah.
Those 3 years.
That poor girl and that poor family.
They were robbed entirely. But those 3 years, I don't know if they could even sleep a wink.
No.
Of the uncertainty of not knowing.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll catch you next time. Have a lovely, lovely week, folks. Take care.
Goodbye.
Ta.
You can check us out on YouTube at Catam Concoction.
That's CATAM CONCOCTION.
And on Instagram at cast_Aghast.
Remember, there's a silent H.
Before we get started, click that bell. Okay.
Geez.
Well, we're definitely cutting it out now. The couple worked together at the spaghetti.
At the spaghetti. Next to the prosciutto.
The couple worked together at the spaghetti factory. I did it again.
What the fuck is wrong with you? Just read the word.
On July... Deputy Joe DiGiacomo.
Beg your pardon.
Contact Snoop.
God, they contacted Snoop Dogg?
I don't know why. The kids are not allowed to have any friends or interact with other children. She would listen to their phone conversations, snoop in their rooms, and not allow any of them.
It's important to know how to write and how to read.
Well, I do this while I also work a job.
While I also work a job. Well, I do that. So
Denise was where did I leave off? He not only committed a horrific. I keep saying.
Why is it difficult? It's Friday. Let's just get back to our Friday.
He not only committed a horrific. I can't do this.
You wrote this. Now you have to fucking deal with it.
My brain is stroking
horrific
out.
Act.
My brain is having a stroke. He not only committed a horrific act on Denise.
Jesus.
I'm going to say terrible.
Yeah, just say terrible.
He not only committed a terrible act on Denise.
The listeners are like, terrible. It's horrific.
It smells like poo in here.
Well, I've been farting. My dad was kind of a pool shark and had a Frank Sinatra. Shut up. I'm trying to read the words of Dylan McDermott.
He had a Frank Sinatra?
That's...
Babe, I think you just pooped yourself.